What's up, family peoples? It's your man Philly Nate. In this segment of Lift Zone, we're going to talk about how to increase your tip rate. Stay tuned. Welcome back, it's your man Philly Nate, and we're talking about tips. Tips is a way for you to increase your income as a Lyft or Uber driver. So you might be asking, okay, Philly Nate, how do I increase my tips? Let me put that down. How do I increase my tips, okay? If you've been living under a rock, then you don't know that Uber now has the ability, or Uber passengers have the ability to tip their driver within the app, okay, like Lyft. What happens is that after the drive or the Lyft or the Uber is over, the app will prompt the passenger to tip the driver. So how do you increase these tips, okay? Number one, and the most important, is you gotta have good customer service. What does that mean? Talk to the people. Talk to the people, okay? What we're doing is, a lot of us, when a person is getting into the car, we're not talking to them. We're not befriending them. I've gotten in a lot of Lyfts and Ubers, and I had to start the conversation, okay? As a driver, you are giving customer service. You're giving an experience. What that means? Customer service means an experience, okay? You're giving the passenger an experience, and based on that experience is how they're going to tip you. Okay, so it's just like when you go to the restaurant. When you go to the restaurant, you tip the person what? Based on your experience. If they don't talk to you, if they're not personable, if they're not doing or bringing you what you asked for, are you gonna give them a tip? Heck no. Okay, it's the same thing here. When people get into your car, you got to give them an experience. Now, back in the day, what we used to do is give them candy, water, blah, blah. Now, we don't do all that no more, okay? You can do it, but I wouldn't do it. I don't think the reward or the return is worth what you have to give up, okay? But what you can do is give them conversation. So when a person gets into your car, where you from? Man, you can say that to mostly anybody. Where you from? And if they're not from around there, then what you can do is tell them about your particular city, or you can talk about where they're from, okay? If that doesn't work, then you can ask them, well, what do you do? Ask the person, what do they do for a living? Once you ask them what they do for a living, then you can talk off that and just have a conversation, man, like this is your friend, okay? And some of you, man, feeling that, look, I'm not a real people's person. I really don't like to talk to people, okay? That's fine and good, man, but this is like a stage. This is like a stage. It's like when an actor gets on a stage for a play, man, act like you on a stage. Your car is your stage, and this is a play, because our objective is not to be fake. Our objective is to give the people a positive experience so you can get what? So you can get more tips, okay? Is it going to happen in every particular situation? No, okay? But you can increase your chances of getting tips. You can do that. So that's number one. So being personable, talking to the person, have a conversation. There's plenty of books from like Dale Carnegie. I mean, you can just type in self-help, or how to talk, or how to influence people, and how to win friends. This book, whew, look at that. But the main idea of the book is to talk about the person. If you talk about the person, stop using I, and talk to the person and talk to them about themselves, then, man, look, mention a person's name, okay? You have their name. You have their name in your app. When the app comes up, yeah, I'm going to pick up Nate. So when you talking to hey, Nate, how you doing? Hey, Nate, so where you from? Man, you just use their name. And I'm not saying to say it over and over and over so you sound like a robot. I'm not saying that, okay? But if you use it, the people are going to be more endearing to you, and they'll give you more tips. This is number one. Number two is I have this plate. I hope that you guys can see. I have this plate in the back. I ordered it. I'll put a link in the description for it. what it says on there is, among other things, it says tips are greatly appreciated, because as people, we need to be reminded. Okay, so even though I'm getting in an Uber or I'm getting in a Lyft, I may not be thinking about tips. I may be thinking about something else. But if I look at that, because people most of the time are looking for something to read, if I'm looking at that, then it's like, okay, this person, oh yeah, he is a good person. Oh, tips, okay, I'll give him a tip, even if it's $1. Okay, even if it's $1. So get this nameplate. It's kind of like a nameplate, but it's 2 of them. 2 of them come, and they come with like dog chains, and you just put them around your seat cover, and boom, there you have it. That's the second one. Third one, and some people might say these are like shameless plugs, but when you're talking to a person, talk to them about tips. Okay, talk to them about tips. A lot of people are going to ask you, yeah, so how's your night going? Hey man, my night is going excellent. Always be positive. Okay, always be positive. But when you talk to them and they say, yeah, how's your night going, man? It's going awesome, man. Look, some real nice people. Some people have been giving some real nice tips. I don't know what's going on today, but people have been giving tips like crazy, okay? Something like this. Or you can talk about the new tip app that's in the Uber app, okay? Hey, driver, how's your night going, man? It's doing awesome, man. Uber, now, when this ride is over, Uber's going to prompt you to give me a tip. That's awesome, because before, Uber didn't have this function. You can just talk about that. If you talk about this subject, then that tip is going to be on their mind when they get off. That's how I got my first tip, using the Uber app. Within the Uber app, I get a lot of tips, but within the Uber app, I told the guy, I was like, well, look, can you check this to make sure? Darn, I think I just got a yellow light, a red light ticket. Ugh, hate that intersection. So I asked the guy, I was like, can you check the tip just to make sure my tip function is on? He said, sure, no problem. And he checked it and he gave me a tip too. Okay, so that's about it. I want to make this real short, man. Look, tips, the number one thing about tips is just talking to the people. Just talking to the people and being personable. And that's about it. So if you do want to do this ride sharing, and again, I am pumping Maestro. It's an app that you can use to where it automatically toggles between Uber and Lyft, where it's hands-free. You don't have to touch it. Okay, and there's also filters. I said fillers last time. There's also filters within the Maestro app, so you can kind of specify the rides that you want to take. For example, I want to take Uber, but not Uber Pools. Okay, and the rides that you don't want to take. So look for that referral code in the description too. It's your man Philly Nate. I'm going to pick something up from Craigslist. Some person has something on sale for one of my children. Okay, got any questions, hit me up, man. Until the next time, I'm out.